I'm definitely very grateful to be doing this session with each and every one of you guys. I think, we still have people coming in. I didn't expect such a big crowd, right? Yeah, so actually, you all see, you all look left and look right, right? Actually, a lot of people really want to be healthier, right? Right? And I think you guys seated there, you guys also want to be healthier, right? That is why you all are here. Okay, so let me just take you all through my own journey and my own transformation as well. You all want to see my transformation? Yes, okay, so it didn't started off all good and all well, okay? It's not all glitz and glamour. Definitely, I have my own set of insecurities and lack of confidence also, right? This is my own transformation. I started like that, okay? Young boy, exercise a lot. I think that I can get in shape just with exercise alone. Don't need any kind of supplementation. So I am the kind, right? I think our MC Patricia, she mentioned, right? I used to be a skeptic. Okay, and I'm not only a skeptic, right? I'm a intense, radical kind of skeptic, right? Means I'm the kind that I only want to take chicken breast and broccoli, right, in order to get into shape. Okay, how many of y'all like me one? Oh, I have. Okay, the rest, okay to eat balance, eat properly one, right? Okay, that's why y'all are here, right? Okay, yeah, so I'm the kind that I'd rather eat chicken breast, eat broccoli, right, in order to get into shape, but this is the shape that I could get. Oh, okay, so if y'all laugh, right, means, yeah, okay, not so good lah, right? Okay, but y'all want to see what happened after our 90 days program? Okay, so this is me after. Okay, but thank you. Yeah, okay. If y'all want to clap, yeah, clap louder, okay, clap louder. It helps. Actually, the crowd tonight is actually really a lot of people. It's quite stress, no? It's quite stress. But I do my best so that I can provide value to each and every one of y'all, okay? Can, right? Okay, so y'all want to see how I look like now? Photo only. I must say disclaimer. I do this session before, then the demand is a bit extreme. Okay? This is me now. Okay? Right? So, yeah, thank you. Okay, who don't believe? Y'all can stay back later. Don't believe one, stay back later, okay? Yeah, 5-minute advertisement later. Okay? Yeah, right. So basically, this is my own transformation. I think throughout the 90 days, I've learned a lot, right? And I just want to take this journey to really share and value add to each and every one of y'all because I believe y'all take out the time, right, on a Tuesday evening to come here definitely to transform your health, yes? Right? You all want to be healthier, yes? Right? So not only did I only transform my health, I think I went on to actually help the people closest to me, right? Because I saw that transformation in myself and I thought to myself that, hey, why should I keep this, right, from the people that I love the most? Yes? Right? So, my mom, she used to suffer from terrible migraine issues, right? How many of y'all got migraine one? Or maybe sometimes y'all got vertigo, right? You all know vertigo is not a disease. It's just a condition that, maybe sometimes you feel fainting or that, then suddenly stand up, then want to walk straight, suddenly you go to the left. How many, right? Got this feeling before, right? My mom used to be like that, right? And I've seen her taken multiple supplementation from different brands. Let's not name them, right? But for 20 years, right, she still suffered from the same condition. Okay, and I think, this is her, right? She is the same age as Singapore. Okay, she's the same age as Singapore, right? 65. I think she can still pass off as my sister lah, huh? Still can pass off as my sister, okay? And I think not only that, I went on to also help my dad, right? My dad, he used to suffer from gout, right? So if you actually look at the image all the way to the right, he used to suffer from gout and he always have swelling issues, right, on his leg. Right, so this happens to him almost every 3-4 days. He suffered from this, and there was one very significant moment where he was in a lot of pain, right, and he was bedridden to the extent, right, that he cannot even stand up. Right, and that was actually something that I was a bit more concerned about, right? And I started to tell him that, hey, I think you should really get on our 90 days program, right? And after the program, not only did his gout, right, not relapse, right, no more gout condition, no more gout attack, right? More importantly, right, he have actually lost 3 to 4 layers of visceral fat. Yeah, okay. So I think, yes, that's what happened to my dad. So maybe you are also thinking that, hey, definitely, right? All these people, if you talk about my parents, of course, with aging, right? When we are aging and all that, metabolism is also affected, yes? Right? So, only can help people who are aging. Actually, not true, right? You'll realize that there's a lot of people out there, in fact, even top athletes, right? Even top athletes with very, very, very good figure, high muscle mass, but high visceral fat also take our program. Okay, so I show you the next testimonial, right? I show you the next testimonial. IT. I show you the next testimonial, right? So yes, right? If some of you all recognize him, right? He's actually a very famous local MMA athlete, right? And actually, he's also in this room, lah. Okay, but you know, when he started the program, right? He lost a total of 4% body fat on the program, right? And that adds up to probably about 3.4 kg, and he lost 2 layers of muscle, visceral fat. Okay, more importantly is he no more IBS, no more heart stools, right? I think this is what actually really helps you with your bowel movements and your insights also lah. Okay, yeah, so this is actually his transformation. And of course, for all the very busy people, maybe you are working, you are a business owner, right? You don't have time to exercise one, okay? Don't have time to exercise, don't have time to diet, then you are at the right place, right? Why? Because you realize that our program actually really don't need diet, don't need exercise. You can also achieve the outcome that you want to achieve. And I will help you to understand exactly why, right, throughout the next few slides. Okay, Ken? Right? Okay, so this is all the transformation, and I want to help you all to understand. Don't you agree that many people struggle to overcome weight problems? Yes, right? Okay, how many of yours today, when you're at home, right, you all still have a weighing scale one? Why you all laugh? Got weighing scale one, then guilty of standing on this scale, right, every day one. Don't dare to raise hand like, hey, actually it's me. Not me lah, huh? Right? But you all realize that when you go to hotel rooms, when you're at home, you all realize that there's this very popular device called a weighing scale. So sometimes you're very tempted to stand, don't stand, stand, don't stand, right? But let me reassure you all, when you all are here, right, I want you all to remember, don't let that number define you. Okay, don't let that number define you, and let me help you to understand why. Okay, you need to know that it's more than just weight loss. Okay, today you can weigh 85. Do you know that if you lose enough water, tomorrow you can weigh 80? Yes, right? Some of you, right? Then next day you weigh 80, right? You eat, right? You eat one KFC. The following day you 86. Then you're like, ayo, xiao liao lo. Right? Okay, so it's actually more than just your weight. You all need to understand, right, that look at this image, same height, same weight, same BMI, but different body composition. Okay, listen again, same height, same weight, same BMI, but different body composition. Okay, and they look very different, right? Okay, so you can be the same height and same weight as someone else, but you realize, right, that how your body shows up and how your body composition basically shows up, right, is very different one. Okay, so you have to focus on this thing called your body composition. And of course, that is where, right, we want to understand what is BMI also. Okay, so BMI is just a gauge, right, of where you stand in terms of your health. Okay, but it's not the most accurate. Why? How many of you all know today, right, that a lot of bodybuilders are morbidly obese? Okay, a lot of bodybuilders they are morbidly obese because of their height, right, and the amount of muscle mass that they have. You stand on that scale, their BMI above 27 one. Then you cannot be, you go to a bodybuilder, wow, you super high risk, no. Yeah, dangerous. I tell you, you go into, Then they will look at you funny, yeah, you know, I every day at the gym exercising, right? Why would that happen? Okay, but you realize that actually exercise is not the most important, right? I will share why later on also, okay? So looking beyond your BMI, we need to understand this thing called your body fat. Okay, so when you have different levels of body fat, I know the font is very small, right? But what we want to help you to understand, right, is the different level and percentage of body fat actually determines, right, how you look. Agree? Right? So you rather have lower body fat or higher body fat? Lower, okay, everybody want lower, right? Okay, so let's take a look at fat, okay, fat percentage and a deeper level of fat percentage. How many of y'all have heard of this thing called visceral fat? Okay, some. Right? How many of y'all like visceral fat? No, okay? Don't want visceral fat, right? Okay, but y'all know what is visceral fat? Visceral fat is mainly the fat that clogs around your vital organs, right? Mainly things like your liver, right? Your kidney, your heart, right? In fact, these are all your vital organs that actually helps with your body functions. So a lot of people don't understand, but when you have an accumulation of visceral fat, this will actually put you, right, at risk. Okay, so honestly, if you all are here, right, and if you all haven't gotten your body composition scan, speak to the person that brought you here, right? Go and get it scanned. Why? You can understand, right, the risk, okay, to whether you will have any lifestyle related diseases or obesity related diseases when you find out about your visceral fat. Okay, right? So let's go into it, right? I think visceral fat, when we talk about different layers and different layers like itself, okay, we are talking about low, normal, high risk. So this is a rough gauge. You all can take photo. But the most important thing is we want to avoid this accumulation. Why? Because this might cause stroke, heart diseases, right? Maybe increase in blood pressure or also diabetes. Okay, your very common 3 high. Okay, so when you reduce visceral fat, normally with lower visceral fat, you will also be able to prevent your 3 high. Okay, so this is visceral fat. This is not scrambled egg, okay? This is visceral fat. Okay, so this is what clouds around your vital organs. Mainly, this is your entire intestine. Imagine your intestine, right? Wrapped and so well loved, right? By this visceral fat. Okay, so you can barely see your intestine, right? Yeah, okay. And if I'm not wrong, I don't know how many layers, but honestly, the danger zone is actually 6, 7 layers already probably look like that. Okay? Yeah, okay. So too much belly fat, you'll realize, right, that even people with healthy BMI, but too high of a fat percentage, you are also at risk. Okay, so you want to look beyond just your weight. Okay, right? So blood lipid is definitely a best friend of visceral fat. So this actually is the amount of cholesterol, right, that you have in your bloodstream. So can I understand one thing? How many of y'all are when y'all use toilet at home, right? Y'all will scold if people throw wet tissue inside one? Or throw paper inside, y'all will scold or not? Sure scold, right? Your house there. Won't scold, meh? Won't scold one, show me can. Yeah, I go to your house there, I throw paper or I throw wet tissue. Y'all will scold, right? Okay, but you know, in our everyday lives, we are doing this, right, to our body. We are throwing in all of the oily food, fried food, and all that, right? Clogging up, right, our arteries. Clogging up, right, our vital organs, right? That actually puts our health at risk. So if you won't clog up your house toilet bowl, right, you shouldn't clog up your body, right? Right? Okay? Right? So very simple to understand. Actually, this one, if you look at it as a pipe, right? If your pipe is clogged up, right, then you need to ask the plumber to come. Then pump, already, then can flow, right? Okay? Yeah. So if that happens to you, a bit dangerous already. If you need to pump, then you come back. Okay? Yeah. So if you understand it like that, right, can ready. If you won't clog up your toilet bowl, don't clog up your arteries. Fair enough? Okay? Right? So high body fat percentage, you realize, right, that it leads to a lot of conditions, okay? It leads to mainly all of these conditions, right? I don't want to go in depth to all the conditions, right? Because definitely I believe that each and every one of y'all will surely understand some of these conditions. Yes? Right? Okay, and actually you realize that reducing body fat can actually reduce the risk, okay, to all of these conditions, okay? Is related one. Okay, when you reduce body fat, okay, you will reduce the chance of all this, right? So, you know, I think how many of y'all understand, right, that, you know, sometimes when we talk about body positivity, right, you know, it's okay to look how we look. Agree? And I completely agree with that as well. But let's not use body positivity as an excuse, right, okay, to be unhealthy. Fair enough, right? Because we need to truly understand that what happens inside the body, right, is what poses the risk of whatever that we are experiencing. So if there is something that we are experiencing, definitely we got to do something about it, right? And definitely that's why, right, correct, I'm happy and I'm glad that each and every one of y'all are seated here to find out more, right? To find out more, not so much so of like, oh, you know, what can I do? But more so, right, for your own health, for your loved ones also. Okay, right? So what causes overweight? Anybody want to shout out some answer? Eating. How many of y'all here foodie one? Can share with me where is the best Hokkien Mee? Toa Payoh, where? Shiok Hokkien Mee. Oh, see, I asked y'all to share best food, y'all straight away got idea. Best chicken rice? So, char kway teow in Malaysia or Singapore nicer? I'm gonna cause a debate here. Okay, best steamboat? Wow, still Hai Di Lao. Okay. Best nasi lemak? Have or not? Chong Pang, Malaysia. Chili crab, Okay, so basically all this recommendation, right, is what causes overweight, Okay, cause we very friend one. Hey, this Hokkien Mee shiok you go eat. Okay, wow, this char kway teow must try. Wow, this one chicken rice, eat right? Okay, But you realize that that's life, ma. What if I were to tell you that you can enjoy all this food and still slim down? Right? What if I were to tell you you can enjoy all this food and still slim down? One or not? One, right? Okay. Right. So you realize number one, metabolic rate. Okay. So how many of y'all know that as we age, right, on average, every decade, right, we lose about 8% of muscle mass. Okay. 8%. Right. So you imagine that honestly adds up to about 1% every year. Right. So as your muscle deteriorates every year, right, you realize that is why your metabolism is affected. That is why at 16, 18 years old, we eat one plate of Hokkien Mee. And at 30 years old, we eat one plate of Hokkien Mee. Different, eh? Right? Last time I eat, I wasn't fat. Now I eat, never eat also fat. Right? Then very angry, right? Oh yeah, I never eat also fat. How? Okay, so food lovers definitely, I won't say it's actually the food. It's more of if you are obsessed and if you are overeating, then that is the problem. Okay, so it's not that cannot enjoy. You can enjoy, you just don't overeat lah. But trust me, Asian food, right, confirm overeat one because everything is carbs, ma. Yeah, your Hokkien Mee got what? The prawn. Then sometimes if the prawn not fresh, you all don't want to eat. Prawn not fresh, don't want to eat, then only eat the noodle, right? Then carbs, right? Then nasi lemak, wow, fried chicken lah, right? Egg lah, fried, everything is fried. Okay, so you realize that it's actually the overeating. Next, actually, you realize that a lot of people go through this thing called emotional eating. Okay, so emotional eating when we are stressed and all that, nothing wrong. Okay, so the question is, how can I improve my stress response? Okay, how can I improve my stress response? And how many of you all know that stress response can be improved, right, through nutrition? Okay, stress response can be improved through nutrition. And that's why you are here to find out more, right? I will emphasize later on also. Okay, after giving birth, how many mummies here? Okay, I think it's amazing, right? That you know all the mummies, they bear through 9 months, right? But you bear through 9 months of pain, right? After that, also pain, right? Correct, right? So you're all just want to fit into that dress or fit into that clothing that was pre-pregnancy. Fair enough, right? But you realize that actually you all will suffer some postnatal weight gain, right? Okay, and of course, irregular diet habits, very inconsistent, very unhealthy, right? And because we are in a very, very busy world, right? Okay, have to work, have to take care of this, take care of that, everything, right? How to even take care of my diet, how to, sometimes even forget to eat. Then you realize that I already forget to eat. Why am I still putting on weight? Yeah, I already never eat, still put on weight. Wow, this is the most frustrating thing, right? Okay, then very sedentary lifestyle. Okay, how many of y'all are seated for more than 4 or 5 hours? Desk bound. Okay, some hands are, okay. I will encourage y'all, right, to not sit for more than 3 to 4 hours. Why? You realize that when you're too sedentary, right, it actually affects your metabolism. Okay, last but not least, very improper weight loss. Okay, meaning improper methods. Okay, so let's go through some of the common approaches, shall we? Okay, number one, famous one, exercise. How many of y'all exercise to lose weight? One. What if I were to tell you today, right, that exercise is the most not important one? You believe? Some of you believe, Okay, so let me help you all to understand, okay? Exercise actually only plays 5 to 10%, right, of your total daily energy expenditure every single day. The big bulk of it is actually your metabolism, what you eat, and all the other non-exercise activities that you do, like breathing, walking, fidgeting, walking to the pantry, but don't take anything, then walk back to your seat. That one can help you, okay? Exercise 5 to 10% only. So a lot of times we put a lot of effort in exercise, but we don't see the results and the outcome that we want. Yes? Frustrating, isn't it? Okay, so you realize that actually exercise is a form of stress. How many of y'all know that? When you put on more oxidative stress on your body, that causes inflammation. When it causes inflammation, your body starts to deteriorate. When your body deteriorates and you don't replenish, you don't eat properly, your body starts to then you realize that, hey, I exercise a lot. Why I cannot slim down? Okay, right? It's a form of stress, so you need to know how to manage it. In fact, that is the beauty of our 90 days program because you don't need any vigorous exercise. Amazing, right? Okay, second one, control diet. How many of y'all like to control one? Like, this one cannot eat lah, that one cannot eat lah. Okay, what if I were to tell you, right, today if you work closely with your consultants, trust me, a lot of you are not eating enough. Confirm not eating enough. When I say not eating enough means you are not eating enough of the right food lah. Probably you are eating everything carbs, oh. Then you know, because you eat so much carbs, you know what diet you're going to do? The next one, oh, keto diet. Right? Because I eat a lot already, ma. Or you maybe probably do intermittent fasting. Okay, so let's talk about intermittent fasting. What is intermittent fasting? Basically, you don't eat for a period of time, a certain window. Okay, this is actually designed for people to manage insulin or maybe religious beliefs. Okay, right? People fast and all that. Or maybe if you are going for a checkup or anything, right? Your doctors and all that will ask you to fast for a certain period of time. Okay, this is what it is designed for. It's not designed for weight loss. Okay, in fact, you realize that because of that, you might probably overeat during the window that you can eat. Why leh? Because the whole day you never eat already what? Then you tell yourself that, can lah. You know what is overcompensate? Yeah, we like to overcompensate, right? Right? Hey, just now I never eat. I eat now lah. Yeah, I never eat breakfast, lunch. I eat dinner. I can eat 3 times the portion for dinner. Right? Some of y'all may be like that. Okay lah, the crab, eat lah. The lobster, eat lah. The steak, eat lah. Right? But you realize that it is just us wanting to enjoy, nothing wrong. But as long as we understand this, we need to know, right, what we are exactly doing when we are intermittent fasting. Okay? Right? So next, keto diet. How many of y'all know keto diet is a high-fat diet? High-fat diet, right? So how many of y'all know when you eat fat, your body cannot burn fat? Understand? Right? When you eat fat, your body cannot burn fat, right? Why? You are replenishing, right, what it is supposedly wanting to burn. Okay, so you realize that you keep replenishing, then your body cannot burn it off. Then you are very frustrated. And you realize that when you eat a high-fat diet, don't you think that this will cause a lot of lifestyle-related diseases? Example, increase in cholesterol, right? Increase in all that, right? So nothing wrong with keto because you avoid the carbo, right? You avoid the carbo, naturally, you lower the calories. Sure, people will experience some weight loss, but the weight loss mainly comes from water weight and mainly comes from your muscle. When muscle drops, your metabolism drops. When your metabolism drops, what happens? After that, fat loss. Then you realize, I never eat, but then I fat. Why? Okay, so I let y'all digest why lah. Okay, right? Next, non-surgical fat reduction treatments. Okay, I never go before, but I'm just curious, how many of y'all do this before? Fat freezing or that? Okay lah, maybe, yeah, okay. This question, rhetorical, don't answer. Okay, don't need to answer, but we know can already. Okay, but you realize, right, that don't you agree that very effective for certain areas that you want to reduce? Fair, right? Very effective for certain areas that you want to reduce. Okay, but it doesn't give you a long-term lasting effect, right? To fix up your internal health, to fix up your metabolism. Fair enough? And when you do fat freezing, okay, how many of y'all have bought meat from a butchery before? Okay, then y'all ask the butcher, right, to go and blast freeze the meat. Y'all know that because of moisture reduction, right, that meat will shrink, that meat will lose some weight. So actually that's what's happening to you also. But then after that process, what happens? Come back, right? Then y'all realize that, ayo, jialat leh. Why everything I do always toing, 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 right? Right? Then you realize that it's very frustrating. Okay, so those are the non-surgical methods that you realize that it might affect you internally also, right? It might affect you in terms of accumulation of cholesterol levels inside your body. Next, we talk about slimming drinks. Okay, so slimming drinks, usually very high in caffeine, or maybe they make use of certain laxatives. Okay, then you realize, right, this actually might cause digestion problem, or it might cause it to affect your gut health. How many of y'all know that your gut is your second brain? So when your gut is affected, don't you feel affected? Feel affected, right? Sometimes, you know, like we have constipation concerns, irritable bowel syndromes and all that. Don't you feel that sometimes it affects your performance every day? Sometimes you go to work, actually not angry one, but someone talk to you only, wow, you want to beat them already, right? Actually, maybe it's related to our health one. Yeah, really, you'll be surprised. A lot of all this is related to our health. Slimming drugs, okay? Right now, there's one that's very famous, start with O1, Ozempic. Heard of it? Right? Okay, actually, this is a prescribed medication that you can only get from the doctor, right? If, right, you have certain condition and it's very hard for you to reduce weight one. Okay, fair enough, right? I have a client that I've helped, right? He actually took Ozempic before, but he is still 140 kg. Okay, and then he came to me, he tell me the side effect of Ozempic is it causes his heart, okay, to beat very fast. Second thing, he feel that his stomach, right, always got acid reflux. Third thing, okay, he always feel that he got no appetite. And when he got no appetite, he don't eat. But when he don't eat, he don't lose weight. So how? Right? So you realize that actually is more concerning. So you realize that slimming drugs actually will affect your internal body system. Right? That is also why you realize that these common approaches, yes, it helps you to lose water weight very quickly and effectively. So you let the number on the scale define you, surely you'll be happy. Because after a while, 5 kg gone already, right? But you realize that why you will rebound, why you will have certain concerns is actually because it is affecting your health. Fair enough? Okay, right? Liposuction and bariatric surgery, right? Basically, lipo is sucking out the fats, right, in certain areas. And bariatric surgery is basically tying up your stomach, right? Okay, you realize these solutions are all invasive. Okay, how many of y'all can confidently say your habits now can change overnight one? How many of y'all like got a certain bad habit you know okay, tomorrow I change then straight away tomorrow you wake up wow, change already. Or how many of y'all got children one? Got children, right? I'm my mom's child also. My mom tell me something, I don't change immediately one. Right? Fair enough. How many of y'all tell your children, hey, this one cannot, tomorrow they still do? Still do, right? Okay. So I just let y'all determine yourself, okay? Today, operation theater, you pushed in, you come out. Habits change? No, right? Invasive, you lost fat, right? But what happens when your habit is still there? You realize that you suffer from rebound. In fact, even more dangerous because you have already gone through surgery. Okay, fair enough, right? Slimming garments, okay, for special occasions only. Okay, for special occasions only. Then after that, how? Need to take out how? Then face reality, right? After that, jialat what? Okay, so you realize that maybe yes, a dinner and all that, but you know when you, how many of y'all have eaten like eat food like normal food, you go for dinner, then you realize that you need to unbuckle your pants one. So you imagine you go and wear this slimming garment, right? You already tighten it, you go and eat, then you compress your organs, right? You know, actually, it might cause your organs to suffer from certain conditions and problems also, right? You imagine manipulating your stomach all the time. How many of you like to be manipulated one? Don't like, right? Okay, but you realize that actually that is what we are doing to our body. So when we understand the different common approaches, right, we understand how to do it effectively. Yes? Okay, right, last but not least, colon detox. Okay, very simple. This one detox everything, flush out, right? Everything flush out, you realize it's everything. Okay, all of the good also go out. Yeah, how many of y'all know to protect your gut, right, there needs to be present good bacteria? How it has certain conditions and certain diseases, right, that starts to creep up on you. Okay, so these are all the common approaches. Not say it doesn't work. Definitely, I tell you, all works. All works. You stand on the scale, right? Confirm you lose water, you lose muscle. That's why very commonly a lot of people are frustrated because they face this one most key important keyword, which is rebound. Okay, right. So let's talk about some of this supplementation that was slammed very recently. I think over 9,000 of different products that was slammed, right, in Singapore alone, right? HSA basically eliminate a lot of all these slimming products because of harmful ingredients, right? So how many of y'all today, if let's say you really want to slim down, right, the most important thing is that you want to slim down healthily. Yes, you don't want side effects, right? You want to be assured that whatever that you're taking is good for your body. Yes, right? You don't want any complications, right? And it's as simple as that. Today, when we talk about health, definitely we don't want complications. Three most important things. We want something that is proven. We want something that is safe. And most importantly, we want something that is effective, right? And last but not least, simple to follow. Okay, right? So you realize that let's not dive too deep into this. A good weight management approach should be, you don't need to starve one, right? You don't need to starve. So you eat normally, right? As long as you are eating your own balanced meals, you can continuously continue, right? Next, no need for vigorous exercise one. How many of y'all are sick and tired, right? because you don't have time, you are too busy, but then people keep asking you to go and exercise, go and exercise, go and exercise. They're like, I exercise 10 years already, still like that, right? Okay, so you realize that no need for vigorous exercise, okay? This is the most important thing. Next, guaranteed, no side effects, okay? How many of y'all want side effects on? No one, right? Okay, guarantee no side effects. Next, you'll be healthier after your fat loss because of key vitamins and antioxidants, right? That will be present in your body because of the program. Last but not least, no need to scared of rebound. How many of y'all want this? Don't want rebound, right? Okay, so can I take the next 30 minutes to just run you all through how our program can work for you? Yes? Okay, I still have you with me, right? Okay, right, so a weight management program that I really highly recommend. Okay, I used to be a skeptic. I was the kind that whenever I work out, I only eat chicken breast, I only eat broccoli, right? Only to come to realization that a lot of all this, right, I cannot get a lot of nutrition from food itself, right? So you realize that the most important thing, how many of y'all know weight loss means calorie deficit? You all know, right? But how many of y'all know that actually a lot of people don't know what they are counting one? Don't know, I count this one 500, suddenly this person tell me it's 800, AI tell me it's 600. Then how to count? Yeah, don't know how to count, right? Then, I count. After that, I confuse also. But what if I were to tell you, you don't need to count? Automatically, as long as you follow the program, you will definitely be on a deficit. Okay, you will definitely be on a deficit. The most important thing is that when you realize that through your own transformation, number one, the most important thing is your mood and your appetite. Yes? Right? You want to be eating well and all that. You don't want to be like, when you see food, you a bit like phobia. Right? You see food, you feel that like, cannot eat lah. Right? So this kind of feeling, not very nice, right? Okay, so you realize that next, okay, you realize that it is the way your body responds to food, which is actually called genetic expression. Okay, I'll elaborate later on. Last but not least is fat metabolism and how you actually maintain your muscle mass. Okay, how you actually maintain your muscle mass. Okay, so a lot of people are very curious, right? How can I maintain my muscle mass when aging already causes me to lose so much muscle? Yes, right? You all want to find out how you can maintain muscle mass effectively? Yes, right? Okay, so next, right? Let's talk about genetic expression. Genetic expression is as simple as your DNA, how your DNA communicates to its cells. This communication is just called gene expression. Okay, I help you to understand simpler. Okay, gene expression is like a light switch. Today, your metabolism is switched off. What must you do? Switch on, no? That's gene expression. Simple. But for gene expression to work for you, right, this is the technology that the program have. And when gene expression is present, it involves your lifestyle, your habits, and proper nutrition and active blend of ingredients to come together to activate this thing called gene expression in your body. Okay? Right? So whatever that you guys are taking, if you guys are on the 90 days program already, this is what is happening to your body. That's why you are very surprised. 1 week only, 3 cm gone? 1 week only, my fat 1% drop? 1 week only, 2 kg loss? 1 week only, my hip 6 cm gone? Surprised, right? Don't be surprised. It's just science. Okay, don't be surprised. It's just science. Okay, right? So to help you all to understand, this is basically what Nu Skin has. And let's give Nu Skin a big round of applause. Why? Okay, today, Singapore for 7 consecutive years and Malaysia for 8 consecutive years, okay, we are the number 1, okay, number 1 weight management and well-being brand all across Singapore and Malaysia, okay, and I think this is definitely not based on like, we say one, okay, it is based on the amount of people and lives that this program has transformed. Amazing, right? So let's give it another big round of applause, okay? I think with research and development and really what is in the program, it has helped tremendous amount of lives, right, transform. That is why today, I think as I go through all of the common approaches, I truly believe that this holistic program can help you to transform your life, not just on the inside, but on the outside as well. Okay, so you realize that this is amazing. So what is so amazing about the program? Number 1, right, we need to look at the leading and innovative products that is within this program. Fair enough? Yes? Okay, so let's find out what is in this entire 90 days program. Okay, so number 1, this thing called Jumpstart. If you all need to take photo, can take photo, okay? Right, so this helps you to reset your body balance. How many of y'all drive car? Or how many of y'all got car? How many of y'all have seen car break down before? Then y'all see another car come? Then you use the clip here, then clip there. Then this one on the engine, suddenly this one can start. Simple lah, like roughly understand lah, huh? Okay, this is actually what helps you, your body, to jump start. Okay, so your body has been probably lacking a lot of nutrients, right, over the years, right? Now when you replenish it, your body basically is fueled up. Your engine suddenly, right, okay, from an average engine, now you get a Porsche or Ferrari engine. Want or not? Right? You want your body to be a branded elite sports car or not? One, right? Okay, then that's why you realize that when you walk, also can slim down one. Yes, amazing, right? So this is actually what is inside. It helps to improve your metabolism, your lean muscle growth also, and most importantly, helps you to naturally control your appetite. Okay, good, right? Okay, next, right? Your My Age inside your program. Okay, this helps to control your appetite. Most importantly, improve satiety. Okay, improve satiety through a natural way and of course through science, right? You realize that you feel full not because you're afraid of food. You feel full because you know that you have eaten well. Fair? Right? You rather eat well than you feel full, right? If you feel full without eating, then a bit of problem, right? Correct? Then you realize that, wow, actually very frustrating. Maybe got some gut health concerns. Fair enough? Okay, so this actually helps you to reduce cravings, right? And the urge to actually snack. So it provides a healthier response to food, which you'll realize that when your body responds to food better, it helps you to absorb better. Fair enough? Right? So a lot of times that, hey, but I eat very well, why my body like that? Okay, maybe your body is not absorbing well. Fair enough? Okay, so through the program, definitely it will help you with absorption. Next, we talk about the complex inside your program. Okay, this helps you with helping your metabolism get back on track. So remember, I told you all the equation, right, of your daily energy expenditure for exercise is only 5 to 10%. Okay, the big bulk of the 90%, right, is actually this thing called your metabolism and the thermogenic effects. Okay, how many of you all know when you eat, you burn? So actually, you don't eat, you don't burn. Yeah, so you better eat. Okay, when you eat, you burn. When you move, you burn. When you stay stationary, as long as you breathe, you burn. Okay, because there's this thing called your resting metabolism, and complex exactly helps you to improve just that with proper nutrition. So you don't need to exercise, also can slim down. One or not? One, right? Okay, right? This helps you to maintain that incredible lean muscle mass inside of your body. So when you maintain lean muscle, what happens to your metabolism? Increase. When metabolism is increased, what happens to your body? Maintain, right? No rebound, right? Okay, simple. Okay, next, we talk about control. This supports and improve, right? Okay, your feeling, your positive mood, naturally also. Okay, so of course, the ingredient is saffron, right? Most importantly, it helps you with overcoming a lot of overeating issues, a lot of that, right? Because you realize that this improves your satiety naturally. It helps you to feel full naturally also. Okay, so you realize that actually this is what it effectively helps you to do and helps your mind, right, to be clearer. Okay, right, next, of course, we talk about the most famous one, right, your trim shake. This one, very, very important, okay, because in order to get this amount of calories with this amount of nutrition, mainly your protein, all that, okay, you must eat 2 chicken breasts. You rather eat 2 chicken breasts or you rather drink protein shake? Drink protein shake, right? Okay. If you all can finish 2 chicken breasts, quite impressive. Okay. Actually, it's a bit dry. Yeah, you all know lah. Okay, right? I rather drink shake. Why? Because you realize it's a good meal replacement, right? And don't worry, when a lot of people replace their meals, right, they are very afraid that like, then I'm on a liquid diet. Sorry, no, you're not on a liquid diet. In fact, you're on a nutritionist trim shake that effectively help you to lose weight, providing you the necessary nutrition, right, for your body to show up fully. Impressive? You rather do that or be on a liquid diet? You rather do that, right? Okay, so this actually helps your body, right, to effectively transform, right? Most importantly, reduces food cravings because trust me, a lot of y'all, if y'all tried the trim shake already, this helps you to feel full for a long period of time one. Okay, but if you're hungry, can eat a bit or not? Actually, the truth is can, which I will share with you all more later. Don't tell your consultant, walao, you asked me to drink trim shake, then I cannot eat. Of course, lose weight lah. I tell you, you will be shocked when your consultant say, who say cannot eat? They'll be like, hey, can eat What to eat Tell me there. right? Okay, you realize that maybe some of us, we might not be even eating enough, as I mentioned. Okay, right? So our shake also got award one, right? Okay, you know, Monday Selection Go Award. How many of y'all really genuinely like the Trim Shake? You all know a lot of other protein shakes, okay? There is this thing called added sugar. Okay, that's why it tastes super good. Okay, but if you all have tried our Trim Shake, you all know there's no added sugar, but it also tastes super good, right? Natural sugar lah, but tastes super good, right? Okay, so this is also why they won that award also. Most importantly, right, you all will realize that, hey, when I'm on my weight management journey and all that, right, I need to be very concerned about my health, Yeah, later my health, not enough nutrients, not enough vitamins, all that. How? Right? Let me share with you all how. How many of y'all have this component in your program also? Life Pack. Have, right? Okay, so don't miss Life Pack. Why? Because you realize that this provides you the essential nutrients in your body. Right? When your body has the natural and essential nutrients, your body can actually start healing itself. Okay, your body has the innate ability to heal itself. Okay, only when all of the nutrients and vitamins and minerals are present. Okay, this is why this is so important. This helps you to offset all of your oxidative stress, etc., etc., etc. Okay, how many of y'all can eat from just fruits and veggie, right, to get 34 types of vitamins and 41 types of antioxidants? Okay, if I'm not wrong, there's one antioxidant that time I was reading, right? You need to eat 530 cups of spinach. Anyone competitive eater here? Want to try eating 530 cups of spinach? I think 2 cups, I want to vomit already. Right? 530 cups. So you realize that actually when we are on nutrition, right, all it helps us to do is you realize that it helps us to basically absorb all of these vitamins and nutrients, right, from the vitamins itself. Okay, so what is the difference between our weight management system and a lot of traditional weight loss method? I think I covered, but the most important thing is that you realize that traditional slimming, as I mentioned, a lot of approaches out there, it works. But you need to understand what is the outcome that you want. You want a temporary outcome or a water weight loss outcome, or you want a long-term sustainable outcome? Because you realize that as your body loses weight, you lose muscle, your metabolism drops. When your metabolism drops, what happens to your body? Your metabolism cannot continue to help you to burn more fat, right? Then you realize that that is where you suffer rebound. But here, with ageLOC and the technology for our TR-Me program, you realize that this helps you to effectively focus on fat loss. Okay, when it helps you to focus on fat loss, you realize that it retains the muscle that you have in your body. When your muscle is retained in your body, you realize that naturally, when now your muscle ratio compared to your fat ratio improve, right? Metabolism is improved, right? Metabolism improve, your fat burning capabilities in your body improve also, right? So you realize that that's why we can really assure you, look deep down in your eye and tell you, surely no rebound. Surely no rebound. Okay, so definitely if you are on our program, continue through. Those that finish ready, they are sitting beside you, right? Definitely you can also see. Confirm guarantee plus shop, no rebound, right? That's why you realize, right, that it is so amazing how this science technology can take place in your body to help you to effectively keep you healthy sustainably. Okay, fair enough, right? So, of course, pharmaceutical grade standard 6S process, you'll realize if you go and read more, certain drugs, certain medication only follow a 4S process. In fact, they don't even care about safety. Okay, they don't even care about safety. Only when it comes to certain supplementation, and of course, Nu Skin and Pharmanex follows this 6S process, it focuses on this thing called safety. Okay, right? So, a lot of other slimming methods, you realize that helps you to reduce weight, right? But at the same time, reduce your muscle. Then your health also deteriorate. Frustrating, right? Don't want, right? Okay, so I think I also talk enough, right? Most importantly, how many of y'all want to hear from transformation, real life transformation? Okay, right? So we start with the ladies first, okay? We start with the ladies, okay? So definitely, let me just pass the time to her, right? Why? Because I feel that her transformation, right, will definitely impress y'all. Her transformation, right, will definitely help y'all to understand how whatever that I've shared, right, can take place in your body. Fair enough? Fair enough, okay? So let's pass our time now to Aisha, okay? Thank you so much. And then
Tasha. I'm 50 years old and I'm a makeup artist as well. I look young, right? um, well, actually, I'm never have a weight issue, and until like I gone through perimenopause, so my weight crept up to 80 kg. So yeah. I was very worried about my weight actually. So I did all sort of slimming, like intermittent fasting, then exercising, even skipping of meals. My family has a history of heart attack. So I'm one of them as well. I got it like 4 years ago. Yeah. And like, so I was on medication before the heart attack. So I was on cholesterol, high cholesterol medication, followed by blood pressure. Then the year next after, I had the heart attack. So then like, yeah, I felt very restricted when I put on a lot of weight, right? So yeah, of course I feel very restricted in wearing my clothes and all. So like the only clothes I can wear was like maternity clothing. So then like, yeah. On one occasion, I went out with my girlfriends, and my friend asked me like, "Hey, you look different." I said like, "In what way do I look different?" She said, "You look more radiant." And one of them was asking me like, "Did you lose some weight?" I said, "Yeah, I did." I mean, like, she said, "What kind of product? Oh, how do you lose the pound?" I said like, "Oh, I went into this 90 days program." So they were like, "Oh, okay." 90 days program. Then like I said, yeah. And I explained to them the program, and like they were like, "Oh, I thought this 90-day program only you only eat salad." I said, "No." How can you survive on salad alone, right? Like, yeah. So I'm glad that I'm embarked into, I mean, so one of the day, I was talking to one of my ex-bride, and I was sharing her about my weight issues. So she introduces me to Melissa. So at first I was skeptical about this program because I have health issue, right? So then like she explained to me, and like she said like don't worry, the product is safe. Even though with your medication, and like yeah, it's okay to eat with the supplements. So I took it, and like yeah, so here I am right now. So after the 90 days program, my clothes dropped from XL to M. So yeah, that's me before. And of course, I feel rejuvenated when I lost the weight and the pounds that I've been waiting for. And like, yeah, I'm glad that I embarked into this 90 days program, which made me feel happier, more confident, and definitely healthier. Right. Thank you.
Wow, definitely amazing, right? Don't y'all think so? I think, even on medication and all that, y'all can really get the assurance that the program is safe to take. Yes? Okay, so y'all have heard it from the lady herself. Want to hear it from the man? Ken? Okay, so without further ado, let's invite Kenneth.
Hi everyone, my name is Kenneth, and today my story will be quite funny to some of you, but it's also very real, okay? I was forced into the program, okay? And the reason why I was forced into my program is because my wife saw a problem that I myself couldn't see, okay? So can I have the picture, please? Okay? This champion. Let me introduce to you, 40-year-old male, Chinese, quite good looking, but obviously fat, okay? But the reason why I couldn't find that I am fat was because I'm so used to seeing this day in and day out, until I felt that it was the norm. Okay? Come, let me show you another exhibit. Okay, I was weighing close to 90 back then. Okay, 90. But I was tall, so y'all don't really see the. Okay, so I lost about 9 kilograms, and then this is me. Okay, now we U-turn. We go back to that guy. Okay, now this guy don't want to do the program. Yes, correct. Okay, now the only reason why I did the program was out of love, and I didn't want to fight with my wife. Okay, very important, guys, take note. Okay, so this guy right here, I was in banking back then. Okay, every day I felt tired. No matter how much I slept, no matter how well I ate, I still feel very tired, regardless. Okay, I do not know how many of you can relate to me, but this was, I started the day angry, very angry. Every day very angry. Okay, and then slowly into the program, the first thing that I realized was I started to process things a lot faster. Okay? My reboot time from sleep to office is half. Last time I need 2.5 hours to reboot. Okay? Every day. Now, this guy right here. Okay, same guy. The reason why I took this was because I was very grateful to my wife. I wanted to show her, she did not ask for it, but I wanted to show her that because of a decision that led me to taking this program resulted in this. Okay. Now you would think that many of us would want to exercise, eat better, and so on and so forth to get this. But how we do things here is very different. We go through the program. Because what the program does is, what you don't see here is low, I don't know what you call it, low testosterone, all the bad things that have accumulated over the years. After the program, this happens. 0 exercise. All right? I did not do a single push-up. Maybe one sit-up. I wake up from the bed one. Every day one. Okay? All right. So this is, I think, taken about 4 or 5 months ago. All right? And because of me losing weight, what happened was I got so much energy, I started to do extreme sports. I went to do surfing. Okay? Now, if you ask this guy to do surfing, cannot one. Why? Already wake up very angry, very tired. Okay? Now, it's been 2 years after the program. The results last. Okay? I am able to go overseas, eat my heart out, and still not put on weight. Okay? Because my body is already changed by the program. Okay, and then this is what, as per our speaker Wen Yang said, that there is no going back. All right, so please reach out to your consultant, the person who brought you here. Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you so much, Kenneth. Actually, you're very interesting. Just now I heard some of you all ask him to tour tell. Yeah, anything related to men having a bit of abs, must hotel. Yeah, a bit interesting, but okay. Let's not go there. Okay, how many of you all want to effectively take your program? How many of you all want to really, truly understand that really, no need to exercise, also can get this outcome? Okay, want to understand? Okay, so really, the key features, 5 key main features, you need to always remember, you no need to starve. Okay, there's no need for you to starve when you're on the program. Secondly, no need for vigorous exercise. Like what Kenneth said, right? 0 exercise. Only exercise he did is 1 sit-up a day. And that one is no choice one. Unless he rolls sideways, drop down, then stand up. Actually, still need to sit up. Correct? No need for vigorous exercise. Number 3, guaranteed, no side effect. Okay? Lastly, 4th, healthier after fat loss. Lastly, no rebound. Fair enough? Fair, right? Okay, so how to take the program effectively? Okay, pay attention. I still have you here with me, right? Right? I still have you here with me, right? Yes, okay. Right, so number 1, be patient. Okay, why be patient? You all need to understand that the program is a supplement, not a drug. If it's happening too fast, you must be worried. Okay, and let me help you all to understand, right? The most important thing is that on your journey here, it is very similar to compound interest. How many of y'all like compound interest? if you are earning it. If you're paying, then you stress lah. Right? Okay? It's like compound interest. First week, second week, maybe you see a bit of results, but trust me, hang in there. 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th week, you will see your amazing transformation. Okay? Definitely you will see results one. The key is how well you will be able to follow the program only. So when your consultant encourage you, okay, follow what they tell you. And trust me, you will be able to see your results. Because you need to understand that when you want to slim down, do you agree that change is inevitable? Change is required. Okay, in fact, you cannot be doing the same thing expecting a different result. You will confirm go crazy. So if you are feeling a bit crazy, you might be doing the same thing, expecting a different result. So trust me, listen to your consultant. Can? Okay, right? So understand, slimming down, right? The process is actually cascading down one. It is not one slide like that, whoo, then you all the way one. Okay, right? So you all need to understand it takes time. It might be affected also if you are going through hormonal changes. Okay, typically might affect women more frequently and more often. Okay, because let's accept it, women go through more hormonal changes as compared to men. Okay, next, second, be confident. Why? The program is proven, safe, and effective. Okay, you are rest assured that we have the most safest, okay, technology and whatever that's in the program, right, to help you to effectively slim down one. Okay, last but not least, I want you all to trust your consultant. You all know why? All of the consultants that you see in this room, I rest assured and I definitely, right, how to say it? I promise you all, the best of the best in Asia Pacific region, right, is here already. All of the best. All of the best. I tell you honestly, all of the best. All of the best consultants are seated in this room to help you to lose weight effectively one. All of the best. From world champions, trainers, personal trainers, bodybuilders, all we have. What makes you think that you cannot be helped? Definitely you can be helped. Okay. Most importantly, let's look at the recommended usage. Okay. So if you all need to take photo, take a quick photo, right? I will just run you guys through very quickly, right? The next few components, right? Okay. So that I don't have to hold you all back for too long. Okay. So take a photo. This is the recommended usage. If you don't understand, ask your consultant. Can? Okay. Take photo. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Okay. Right, so 333 diet plan, definitely your consultants will confirm, encourage you, and you realize this is easy. Why? Okay, all you all need to follow is your palm, your fist, your hand. Everything is from your hand. Okay, as long as you measure, you will realize that your balanced diet and my balanced diet is different. That's why our hand size also may be a bit different. Yes? Yes, right? So follow, okay? Follow what your consultants tell you, right? Follow these measurements and you realize that everything will be okay, right? So want to understand what are your macros, basically your protein, fat, your carbs, okay? So I want to leave you all with this. Always remember, your macros, which are your protein, carbs, and fats. This is what builds your body, okay? But your micros is what fuels your body. So you definitely need the program to help you to achieve sustainable and effective results. Okay, I say again, your macros is there to build your body. Your micros is there to fuel your body. Okay, how many of you all drive car? Drive car, right? No petrol can move? Cannot, right? Okay, right? So understand meat and non-meat protein. Okay, meat protein is typically like poultry, right? Chicken, turkey, duck, all counted as poultry. Red meat, right? Lamb, beef, right? And then we are looking at seafood. Salmon, sashimi, tuna, crab, lobster, prawn, okay, like quite shook, Okay, actually y'all can enjoy food one. Next, non-meat protein, eggs, tofu, Greek yogurt, and of course, our trim shake is also your non-meat source of protein. Okay, so the replacement meal, remember, your trim shake must take as a replacement meal every day. Your heaviest meal must be replaced with your trim shake. Okay, you go and replace either your lunch or dinner, but not breakfast. okay, and not as an additional meal. Okay, if you want to understand further, speak to your consultants. Okay, right? So carbohydrates, right? These are namely the few carbohydrates. I think y'all will know bread lah, potato lah, oats lah, white rice lah. Okay, how many of y'all know corn is a carb? Okay, corn is carbs. Don't go to McDonald's, eat salad, then eat corn, 1 cup, 2 cup, 3 cup, then say I eating all veggie what? Okay, then you realize after that, hey, why my weight cannot go down? Okay, you are eating carbs all the way. Or maybe some of you all breakfast, eat corn, lunch, eat corn. Then say, okay, what? Right? It is carbohydrates. Next, fruits and vegetables. Definitely anything that is fruits and vegetables is fruits and vegetables. Okay, your spinach, broccoli, cucumber, right? All these are definitely good, right? In fact, veggies, right, you can have more. Why? Because these are volume dense food. Means when you eat, right, low calories, but you can eat a lot one. So go and eat more veggies. Okay, high fat content, right? Y'all can see, familiar, right? Y'all like? Don't lie. I like also, cannot be y'all don't like, right? Everybody like one, but y'all just need to be aware. This is high fat content food. Okay, so high fat content food. This one also high fat content food. Okay, this one recently a lot of people eat, right? The yellow color one. The king of fruits. Who like one? Yeah, okay. Some don't like because of the smell. Good, you don't like, then you stay away, far, far away. Okay, this one, high fat, very, very high fat. Okay, so avocado, who like to eat avocado? Also another high fat content food, yeah? Okay, so it's not say cannot eat. You all must avoid. Why avoid? Because if you want your body to effectively burn fat, avoid all of the high fat content food. Fair enough? Okay, so let me run you all through the guideline, right, with a traffic light. Okay, so red is to avoid. Clear? Yellow is to, don't say chiong. We must drive safely. So yellow, you must slow down. Okay? Drive safely. Yellow is to slow down one. And then green, green, you just chiong. But please don't speed, okay? Too much of anything is also not a good thing. Okay? Right? So let me share with you guys example egg. Right? One simple egg, different cooking methods. Shows up differently. Different calories because of the ingredients that is added on, right? Hard-boiled egg, confirm the best. Why? You don't need to add anything. You put inside the water, you boil, you peel, you eat. Yeah, but maybe some of y'all add something. I don't know. Okay, right? You fry the egg. Unless you tell me you use a non-fry pan to fry the egg, then okay, I give it to you. Actually, yes, fair enough. Same calories if you don't add anything. The moment you add 1 drop of oil, boom, gone. Not the same calories, okay? Remember that. Then maybe you say, never mind I scramble my egg, can or not? Add cream, add cheese, add everything also want to add. Yeah, it's still egg. It is still egg. Yes, it is still egg, but it's different. Okay, same, but different. You're here before, right? Yeah, so of course, just understand the more ingredients you add, the more calories, then cannot lose weight, right? Fair enough. So green one, you go. Red one, you definitely stop. Yellow one, you try to basically balance it out. Okay, right? So of course, let's look at veggies, right? Same kind of veggie, you go and deep fry, right? Almost how many times of it already? 20 times of the calories. Yeah, as simple as maybe broccoli, right? You steam versus you go and tempura, then go in the deep frying, then come out, then you eat. Okay, 20 times the calories. Okay, so understand, you want to take photo, can take photo, right? Even rice. Okay, a bowl of white rice is about 200 calories. When you put this bowl of white rice and then you go and fry, right? How many of y'all like to eat fried rice? Cause tasty, right? Then everything added, right? Every grain of rice is coated with oil. Okay, that's why 200 calories becomes 700 over calories. But I'm eating the same portion. What? It is not about the portion. Okay, it is about the ingredients that you add inside. Okay, so of course, not say cannot eat. Again, if you want to eat that one, you must eat a lot less, right? So you rather eat more or eat less? Eat more, right? Okay, so just eat white rice, not say cannot eat what? Can eat. Okay, right? Fish, right? Same thing, steam, okay, or you go and grill, or you go and deep fry, all different calories also. So just take note of this. Can? Right? Okay, so your breakfast, right? When you're on the program, breakfast, you can eat 2 eggs, 1 toast, then drink a cup of low-fat milk. Right? Then have an apple. If you all eat like that, right, I guarantee you all confirm full one. But maybe you tell me, I morning eat 2 egg only, then you complain, I must eat egg every day. Yeah, then not full. But never say only egg, You can eat fruits, you can eat some veggies, right? You can eat a lot of different things also, right? So check with your consultant how you can work on a balanced diet. For your lunch, your typical Cai Fan, okay? But if you go and link curry, put black sauce, put what sauce, this sauce, that sauce, every sauce you also put, then of course, calories, right? Okay, so of course, go for the steam options, the better options and all that. Not cannot eat, right? As long as you choose wisely, you can eat. In fact, you can eat a lot more. Fair enough? Okay, right? Last but not least, your dinner, replace it with your shake and you realize that you will definitely be fine. Can? Okay, so meal sequencing, as just now you all know, like certain methods, right, help you to improve insulin, right? Meal sequencing helps you to improve insulin as well. And this is the most proven method because there is no downside, okay, to doing meal sequencing. Basically eating your veggies first, followed by your meat and your proteins, right? Like your eggs, tofu, all that, followed by your carbo, right? Then you finish off with fruits, okay? When you balance this out, you will manage insulin for your body. Fair enough, right? This helps you to prevent a lot of lifestyle-related concerns and diseases. Okay, so some tips, right? Strictly no supper, no snack, no carbonated drinks, because definitely a lot of all these sweetened drinks, right, got added calories, unless you drink zero. But too much of anything is also not a good thing. Remember that. Too much of anything is also not a good thing. But Coke Zero, honestly, can drink lah. Yeah, because it's 0 calories. Okay, reduce your alcohol consumption. How many of y'all, okay, I almost say alcoholic, but no lah, huh? How many of y'all like to drink alcohol, right? Sometimes y'all need to entertain, sometimes y'all need to work, right? Like it's somewhat like a requirement, but try to reduce it. In fact, when you're on a program, right, I assure y'all, actually y'all will realize, right, that it will be controlled. If you really need to drink, can you drink hard liquor or wine? Because it's lower in calories. Fair enough? Okay, yeah, go for red wine, white wine lah. Actually better than beer. Yeah, beer is all carbs. Yeah, okay. So try to red wine versus beer. I tell you, you better drink the red wine. Okay, if you need to drink lah, if don't need, don't drink lah. Okay, right? Do not take bigger portion of your food than before. Right? Okay, so whatever that you're eating right now, stick to this regime and stick to this diet and whatever portions that you're already eating. Then the shake replaces your heaviest. Okay, next, have a more balanced diet than before. Check with your consultants. They will help you on this. Okay, so activities to help you to get better shape. Simple, okay? Leg exercise, twister, or maybe a lot of the ladies here who don't like shopping or who like shopping. But now maybe your shopping is online, right? That's why never walk anymore. But can y'all go window shopping more often? Can, huh? All right, go lah, go. Just go and walk. Okay, when you walk enough, you realize that that is sufficient enough. Okay, right? So clock in your steps on a daily. Okay, so you realize that actually, don't you agree that actually chronic diseases that related to obesity, right? Actually a lot, right? Okay, there's a lot of diseases out there, and I think that definitely if you guys are here, the most important person to help is definitely yourself. Right? So if today you guys are here, I want you all to really take away all this information to first take care of yourself. Fair enough? Fair enough, right? Okay. So you realize a lot of cancer, stroke, certain heart diseases, all with the cause of obesity. Okay. So you realize that being overweight and feeling dissatisfied, right? Okay, is a global problem. Fair enough? How many of y'all are satisfied with your body shape one? Honestly, I am not satisfied. Okay. Right? I am also not satisfied. Okay. You realize that a lot of people say 65% of the people will feel dissatisfied, but it's almost 100% here. So do you think there's an opportunity out there not only to help yourself, but to help others? Definitely, right? So I want you all to really take this information, help yourself to transform, because you realize, right, that everything else is zero if you don't have health. Fair enough? Everything is zero when you don't have health. You can be on your favorite holiday in your favorite destination. The moment I give you a 42-degree fever, right, you will just want to recover. Fair enough? Right? Your health is the most important. Your health is the most valuable asset that you need to protect. Okay? And you realize that today, the global weight loss and weight management market, right, is increasing. Not because, right, okay, wow, there's a lot of products out there, but because there is a global problem. There is really a global problem, right? And today, we are very, very happy to be able to be helping tremendous amounts of life transform. Yes? Right? So today, if you guys are seated here, trust me, transform your life, because today you'll realize that your health is the most valuable asset that you want to have. With that, my name is Wen Yang, right? And I hope you guys took away a lot of value, right? I'll see you all next time. Thank you so much.
Wow, thank you, Wen Yang, for his many insightful and useful tips, right? Yes. I also like to borrow all your hands, right, to also thank our